First of all, I'm the biggest moron of all time because I told you that the San Francisco Giants were getting canned at Oracle Park today. They were down 9-2. Ladies and gentlemen, moments after we just had a lengthy Bryce Eldridge conversation, Bryce Eldridge has just hit a walk-off, bottom of the ninth, grand slam to defeat the Washington Nationals 11-10. Bryce Eldridge.
Kaboom.
There's one place to talk about this right now, and it's right here. 888-957-9570. I don't even give a crap that there's a big old sunny side egg on my face for saying that this game was over a half hour ago.
More like an omelet.
The Giants have erased a 7-run deficit. They score 5 in the bottom of the ninth. Bryce Eldridge, 2-0 pitch with the bases loaded, plopped it up on top of the arcade in right field, right when the whole building was thinking that that's exactly what he would do.
Just enough to get it on top of the green tin roof.
Just enough.
And he hit it so high that there was so much anticipation. You were thinking, at worst, that's a sac fly. And then it kept carrying. You're thinking, maybe off the bricks. And then it kept carrying, soaring through the afternoon sky at third and king. And then it clangs off the green roof. And oh my goodness, second win after trailing by 8 or more runs entering the 8th. Since 1901, this is I'm not saying it's a season saver or a job saver, but this is one of the greatest regular season games that you could possibly remember down there at Oracle Park.
I want you to get out a big old syringe and give yourself a shot of this, because here's what it sounded like on NBC Sports Bay Area.
High drive. Right field.
I feel so good for Kruk and Kipe. They deserve that moment so badly. And I just want to, there's so many things to go through right now. I want to bring everybody into the room. So our group, our thread, you, me, Mark Grandy, Steven Risotto, the man we call Pasta. 2 nights ago, he texted the thread, and everybody knows how well Bryce Eldridge is playing. But he says, you know what? We're still kind of waiting for the welcome to the bigs moment.
Yeah.
And I was like, because sometimes the welcome to the bigs moment means when the bigs kind of shuts you down. Like, hey, Rook, welcome to the bigs. This is what a curveball looks like in the show. And I was like, so do you mean that, or do you mean like his I'm here moment? And he goes, no, I'm talking about that, the I'm here moment. So then here comes Monday night's game. And Bryce Eldridge steps up in a 1-1 tie, bottom of the 8th inning. And he slices that 2-strike double right down the left field line.
Yep.
And I said, Pasta?
Is that it?
Was that it? And he was like, that might have been it. And then the Giants proceed to lose the baseball game. And Bryce ends up being the last batter of the game. And he strikes out to end the game.
And the ball game's over.
I was kind of like, oh, maybe. So then we're at a commercial break about 5 minutes ago. The Giants are rallying. There's 2 men on, nobody out, and they're down 10-7. Jung Ho Lee at the plate. And I said, Pasta, you see what's building here, don't you?
Yep.
You see where we're going. He's going to have his opportunity to really have that moment. Jung Ho Lee moments later does exactly what he does on every single at-bat.
Yeah.
Which is get a hit.
They hold Chappie at third to load him, and you're thinking, all right, nobody out. Bryce is up.
And what do the Giants do every single time the bases are loaded this year?
2, a double play.
No, Grand Slam Cifro. Yes. Yeah, Slam Francisco. And so here comes Bryce and the whole building. Shout out to those of you who stayed.
And those of you who went tarps off, which were many of you. The tarps were off.
I think that those two things were married because the tarps off people are drunk, and that's who stays. But the streets of San Francisco today are no doubt filled with people who left. Yeah, you can tell by looking at the play. They were down 9-2. I don't blame them.
Right.
I don't blame him.
And even when they got down 9-5, you were in the bathroom and you come back and I said, the sack, RBI, and you looked at me like, you rolled your eyes and you're like, right. Take a chance at victory out of your mouth. And I was doing it just to kind of needle you.
And it worked.
But they were creeping back.
But so then here he comes to the plate. It's ball one, it's ball two, and we're all sitting here going, dude, if he does it. And then he did it. And guys, by the way, I don't know if he's going to want to do it, but I think among those people who were at the game today and didn't stay might be you'll all be able to guess, one of the other 4 hosts at our station, I think is one of those people. Maybe,
can you confirm that he left?
I have it on fairly good authority, but I don't blame him. He's got his little guy there. It's 90 degrees out there. You know what I mean? Sunscreen.
Yeah, that's always a factor.
Sunscreen, and it's 9-2. And he's probably like, yeah. You know, he's like, I'm on the air in 4 hours.
And
I gotta
having
go.
a toddler, like, if you don't get the nap in, it probably is going sideways.
So,
and never any judgment on leaving early.
No.
I left the pick at the stick early. I heard it from the Candlestick Dirt Lot and thought, probably should have stayed for that one.
Wow. Hey, Pasta. I think that was his welcome to the bigs moment, don't you?
I think that was it, Willard. I think he's in the big leagues now.
Whoa. They got to trade Rafi Devers. I'm sorry.
And by the way, guys, on the broadcast, Mike Krukow said that if they came back in this game, he would take his shirt off.
And?
I don't think he took his shirt off.
All right, well, there's always Friday. You know, good thing the Giants have an off day tomorrow. Kruk can hope everybody forgets what he said.
Yeah. And did he say he'd take it off like during the broadcast or when he took his next shower? Because I'd imagine the shirt comes off then anyway.
I think the implication, was that he was going to go tarps off.
Let me know if you guys can at some point find the Nationals broadcast of said walk-off, including friend of the program, Kevin Franzen, on the call.
First win of the year when trailing after 6 innings. And in this particular case, they were trailing by 7.
Buddy Kennedy was getting loose. It was going to be one of those games where your position player gets to pitch.
Oh, my God.
Do you guys want to hear a stat real quick?
Yes.
Bryce Eldridge, this is according to Alex Pavlovich, friend of the show. Bryce Eldridge is the youngest player in Major League Baseball history to hit a walk-off grand slam. The previous youngest was Roberto Clemente.
Oh.
Wow.
Dude, listen. Today is about letting yourself dream a little bit. I don't want anybody, don't rain on anyone's parade. Don't wet blanket. You know what I mean?
It's just one game.
I don't want to hear, I'll stop short of the Wembanyama talk. He's going to be the greatest player of all time. I'll stop short of that. But, this dude is that dude. And we Giants fans deserve this. We've been waiting for this. This moment is for the Christian Arroyos and the Marco Lucianos and the Luis Matoses and all of the people that we have been begging to come up and be awesome.
And we've been told that they're going to be awesome. And then they're just not.
21 years old. And he is literally already the best player on this team.
I mean, shout out Matt Chapman, who had 2 home runs.
And a double.
Rafi Devers was part of a back-to-back that, you're down 9-2 and you're thinking, great, empty calorie home run. And then you hit another one, and then Devers follows with one. And even when you crept all the way closer, I think you were down 9-6, then the bullpen goes out and gives up a run to make it 10-6. And you're thinking, of course, just when you think they might have a chance to sneak back, you give up another run, and then they answer with 5 in the bottom half to walk off the Nats 11-10.
There's so many people, like Bryce Eldridge is going to get all of the love. But quite frankly, I mean, don't forget Jung Ho Lee. He gets a hit every single time he comes to the plate. Multiple hits again today and extended the hitting streak to 18. I'd have to look and even see the list of some of the relievers who went in. Some of whom kept the Nationals at bay. Some of them did not.
Yes, Carson Seymour gave up 4 earned in 1 1/3.
Yep.
And San Martin, welcome to the team. He gets the win. He went 2 innings. He gave up 2 hits and an earned run.
Yeah, he gave up a run.
But just one. I mean, Robbie Ray gave up 5, including a home run, 7 hits, and he was not particularly sharp. And then Carson Seymour came in, and it kind of felt like they were just going to let him go and just, stretch it out and eat the remainder of it. But San Martin makes his debut and gets a win in his first time out of the pen.
Luis Arraez started this whole inning with a double. 2 more hits for him today. You mentioned Susac. He went 2 for 4 today. Chapman, not just the 2 homers, 4 for 5. Matt Chapman is legitimately red hot. His average is up to 262. It was a week ago that we were sitting here with our face in our hands going, we got to get Matt Chapman the hell out of town. He's been probably one of the hottest hitters in baseball since we said it. So, what is a week and a half ago, he's like, I'm getting death threats. And he's hit like 6 homers since then.
He has hit 6 homers since then.
Unbelievable. And good on him. Good on him.
Yep.
That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Look, they're 13 under 500. It's kind of whatever. But give them something for being a group that, still goes out and plays their ass off to a level where they can rally from a 9-2 deficit, even to give the kid a chance at a moment like that. And that is an unforgettable moment for him and for anybody who stayed in that ballpark to watch this game.
No doubt. I mean,
wow.
First grand slam of his career, first walk-off, and as Pasta shared the stat he got from, Alex Pavlovich, the youngest ever to hit a walk-off grand slam in that spot. And just incredible, and I'm happy that we got a chance to at least watch it here while on the air and kind of paying attention. I'm trying to find the win percentage for Washington.
Oh, it had to be a
99.9, right?
For sure. When it was 9-2 in the 7th or 8th inning.
10-6, heading to the bottom of the 9th even. So.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and HD1 San Francisco and Odyssey Sports Station, and the home of the Golden State Warriors and Valkyries, always live on the free Odyssey app and coming to you live from the Laughing Monk Studios. Let's talk Giants. 888-957-9570 is the number. Here's Eldridge on the walk-off granny.
It was amazing. I just want to give all glory to God because the other night I was very frustrated. I got a similar at-bat in the first game of the series, big time, and I didn't come through. And I've been sleeping on it, and it's just funny how that works. I get another opportunity, and I pulled through. Sorry, I'm out of breath still.
Dude, what a G, because the fact that he lost sleep over Monday's strikeout at the end of the game, that hurts my heart because he already got what I considered the game-winning hit. He came up in the 8th of a 1-1 tie, and he got the extra base hit and scored a run and took a 2-1 lead. Like, dude, you did it. You did it, and the bullpen let you down.
Right.
And he's over here thinking he let them down.
Because he had the strikeout, and the fastball was right there, up in his happy zone, and he swung right through it. Looking at some of the percentages, Chapman homers in the bottom of the 8th to cut it to 9-2, and at that moment they had a 0.5% chance to win. Then Devers goes deep, 9-3, it goes up to a 1% chance. By the time it's 10-6, Washington had a 98.5% chance to win that game. So the Giants have been on the wrong end of 3 of those in the last couple of weeks, and this time they got one to go their way.
And I keep saying they were down 9-2. I think you just said
9-1.
They were down 9-1.
Right.
They were down 9-1.
And after Bryce hit that home run, MLB is saying they had a 100% chance to win that game.
Okay, good.
Just as we're doing the percentage game.
Thank you, MLB.
Yep.
Here's more from Bryce.
I'm looking for a pitch to drive. Being on the on-deck circle, I think the only thing I was envisioning was Jungie getting on base and me ending the game. And I think the mind's a powerful tool, and I saw it before it happened, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I was just looking for a pitch to drive, and I got one hanging, and I'm glad I did what I was supposed to do with that pitch.
Okay, and one more, and I think this might be among the most important. This is all fun, but Matt Chapman this year has been through a lot from our fan base, and I think we just need to admit that, and it goes well beyond some crazy person and a death threat. The criticism of his play, the criticism of, hey, catch the bleeping ball to Casey Schmidt. To me, Matt Chapman is having a rough year, but he's been a good Giant. He's been a good leader on this team. He's been a professional, and he's out there grinding, and now things are finally starting to go his way. I'd like everybody to hear what Eldridge said after this game.
It's Chapman. Chapman's been such a great leader. He's been awesome to me, picking me up when things aren't going well for me. Very grateful for him, but he had a whole lot of faith we were going to win that game. And last night after the game, after the loss, we were sitting in the cages, and he said he's going to hit 3 home runs today. He hit 2, so he was close, but he's a stud, and he's been a great leader for us. And I think no matter what the situation is, we always got faith we can win the game.
Okay, so all of that, courtesy NBC Sports Bay Area. Did Willie Adames throw Gatorade on Bryce? Is he able to reach the top of Bryce's head?
If it happened off camera. The guys asked him. It was Bonte and Sean Estes who were doing the post-game show on NBC Sports Bay Area. At the end of their interview, you just heard bits of it. They were waiting for it, and he said, "I've already been doused twice." Okay. So it happened off camera at some point.
I mean, Adames did not appear in this game. Yep. He had a day off. He didn't even come in to pinch hit. Yeah,
lower back tightness was the reason. So you give him today, and they have tomorrow anyway. So I wonder if you got to go to somebody else for the dousing, because that bucket can be heavy, and you get a little bit of a back issue. I don't know.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. Let's go to Jordan in Walnut Creek. Hi, Jordan. Thanks for calling Willard and Dibs. What's up?
Yeah, okay. So let's talk about this for a second. Who was Buster Posey when he played? He was calm, he was cool, he was collect, he never rushed decisions. And what is the most important part of this season so far? It's not Devers' frustrations, it's not Adames, it's the development of Bryce Eldridge. Everybody wanted Eldridge in the show coming out of spring. He was batting .225 in spring. Posey did not like .225. If he was 28, put him in the show, whatever, not expecting a big career. But Posey knows this is the most important thing to the Giants' success in the next 10 to 15 years, and he was patient with Bryce. What we're seeing would not have happened if he was on this team in April. So all the love to Posey for handling this. Everybody's so focused on the now with this team. Think about what's happening over the next 5, 10, 15 years with Bryce at the helm of it.
Jordan, thanks. That's an interesting one. I always feel like it's a little bit of a cherry pick when we say this would or wouldn't have happened.
It's impossible.
I don't know. I'm never going to back off the idea that I don't think you call up a number one prospect and then sit him. But I was never worried about the long term with it. I was worried about the short term with it. And how do you know that if Bryce Eldridge wasn't playing a lot more a month ago, that the Giants might be only 8 games under 500?
Yeah.
I mean, I could make that comment too.
It's impossible to know.
I don't really believe that. So, Jordan, your point is well taken. I think the long view has always been the more important one. But what really happened here is Bryce forced everybody's hand. And I was trying to tell everybody when the guy was hitting 150, I'm like, are you watching the games? Dude, he's rifling balls into people's gloves. He's hitting the ball fine. Don't give me he's hitting 150. This guy's doing it. And now he's really, really doing it. And he has forced their hand. And let's not act like the problem has been taken care of, because Elliot Ramos is about 2 weeks away. And what the hell are you going to do?
They're going to figure something out.
Yeah.
And, you can keep doing the back and forth with those two, and you can, give guys breaks. Although right now you cannot take Matt Chapman out of the lineup all of a sudden. I'm looking at his June numbers, Mark, and in 10 games in June, Chapman has 5 home runs. He's driven in 18, and his OPS is a rack. 1,000. His OPS in 10 games, it's not a small sample when you look at a month. And last month, he was, not as good. April, he was just fine. But in June, he's been unbelievable. And Jung Ho Lee, the hitting streak continues. What is it now, 19 games? Is that right?
18, I think.
18 for Jung Ho Lee.
I believe, yes.
And Arise is doing what he does. And, Devers with the long ball. You're starting to see with Bryce Eldridge, at the 6th spot, you're starting to see a lineup that is kind of dangerous at this point.
Well, the lineup has not, quite frankly, for 5 weeks now, has not really been an issue. And, there are games where you're only going to score 1 run, 2 runs. That's baseball. That'll always be that way. The data is all there. The Giants are hitting the ball just fine. They don't pitch the ball well enough, and it really comes to the surface when it gets into the late innings and you need high-leverage relievers, and they don't have any. And even their starting pitching is very, very suspect and thin. So that's what defines this team right now. And by the way, really good observation. 925, thank you for texting in. We didn't mention this yet. The base hit that Jung Ho got, followed by the home run that Bryce got. Tell me about the guy who was pitching and what arm he throws with.
I think he's a lefty, Mark.
Okay, so this is another force your hand situation. San Francisco Giants management, Tony, Zach, Buster. I don't care if the pitcher's right-handed, left-handed, underhand, overhand, spits the ball, rolls the ball, pitches naked or tarps off. Bryce is in. Period. There's no platooning. No platooning with this player. The same way there's no platooning with Jung Ho Lee, who also rifled a solid base hit off of a left-hander, a specific reliever they brought in to face those two hitters.
Exactly, and it didn't really work out. And so right now you don't take Chapman out. Casey Schmidt is still doing enough to where he plays, and Jung Ho Lee plays, and Arise has to play because all he does is get 2 hits out of every 4 or 5 at bats. So it's getting tougher for, the catcher thing back and forth, Haas, Susac, Haas, and, Barracoto against a lefty today, and you throw Gilbert out there and eventually Bader, whatever. You still have bottom of the order guys you can shuffle, but your big 6, your big 7 even, they all have to play all the time.
Well, and Flem suggested, by the way, that if it were up to him, and he goes, I get why Tony Vitello is not messing with this, but sort of feel like the Giants might be at their best if Jung Ho Lee is leading off and Bryce Eldridge is hitting second. And he may be right. I don't know if you mess with it right now because these guys are just absolutely balling, but he's probably right. They've been using Adames a lot in the leadoff spot. Not big on it.
Yeah, and a lot of Schmidt lately.
A lot of Schmidt lately.
I think you do want that righty-lefty if you can.
That's
to try
fine.
That's
fine. Yeah, I get it. Look, I'm not I'm not a lineup guy that much. Just be in the lineup is what I'm more concerned about. But do you want to move him up from 6th? Might start thinking about it, but then you're also like, look, it's working.
Right.
You know what I mean? And don't want to put pressure on him and suddenly ask him at age 21 to be like, you're the cleanup hitter for the rest of our lives. I don't know. I don't know on that one. But those two guys are giving you the best at-bats on the team, and it's not close.
Yeah. I mean, it's been phenomenal, and you've got a lot of guys who are kind of doing that best at-bats, but it's certainly Jung Ho Lee and Eldridge, but I do like him down at 6 because of what that can do now when he's hitting so well for the guys in front of him, because you're going to have to pitch to them knowing that you're going to have to face Eldridge in the 6 hole.